Hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you the final installment of career mode in the future. We have simmed all the way to the end of FIFA 19 career mode to 2033, and we are going to be seeing what the world of football is looking like in that year. With 15 seasons into the future, we'll be taking a look at all the major leagues, all the best players in the world at this point, and all the best teams as well. It'll be split over the course of about 3 videos or something like that, so if there's anything I don't include in this one, drop it down in the comment section below and I'll try and include it in future videos. But if you go on to enjoy it, slap a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Let's get straight into proceedings though. First of all, we check out the Premier League, which was won by Arsenal in 2033 on goal difference out of Everton, Watford, and then Chelsea also in the Champions League. The likes of Wolves and Liverpool in the Europa League. Both the Manchester sides down in the mid-table only, so a bit of a fall from grace for Manchester in the world of football. Meanwhile, a fall from grace from the Premier League for Fulham, Burnley and Swansea, who were relegated 15 years into the future. Still 2 big main sort of powerhouses of European football in the UEFA Super Cup though, as Real Madrid lost to AC Milan. However, the Italian side weren't as lucky, I suppose, in the Champions League final because they were beaten by their compatriots Juventus, winning that one after a 1-1 draw. They are Champions League victors 15 years from now, 5-4 on penalties. Meanwhile, Valencia won the Europa League against yet another Italian side, this time Inter Milan, a 2-0 victory there for them. So similar kinds of teams in the Champions League final and winning the Champions League, etc. Apart from Brighton, who were beaten by the eventual winners Valencia in the semi-finals. Fair play to the South Coast side for reaching the semi-finals of the Europa League 15 years from now. Meanwhile, in the Championship, it was Leicester and Leeds who were promoted. Newcastle, Middlesbrough, Ipswich, and Huddersfield, I think it was, in the playoffs. There you can see the mid-table, the likes of Birmingham, West Brom, Barnsley, Norwich, etc. Meanwhile, relegated down into League One were Sunderland, Reading, and Cardiff City, a current Premier League side. They were in League One last time we checked up on this save. Now they're going back down there once again. Over in France, Paris Saint-Germain still top of the pile, but Dijon in second place, and we'll see later on why that team has done so well in this save. They've got some cracking players. You'll have been able to see the rest of the table a moment ago. Moving on to Germany, in the Bundesliga, Werder Bremen managed to topple Bayern. Dortmund there in third over Gladbach, Leverkusen, Hertha Berlin, Schalke, and Stuttgart. And you can see down at the bottom of the table, much hated RB Leipzig were actually relegated down to the second tier of German football. Meanwhile, over in Spain, Real Madrid were the victors, 93 points over Barca, then Valencia, Sevilla, Atletico Madrid, and Athletic Bilbao. And you can see the rest of the sides down there, the likes of Girona, Getafe, Eibar, and Levante. Now, I mentioned Getafe a moment ago. Their main player is this man here. This is Messi's regen, Carlos Ramis, 95 rated, and still at the Spanish mid-table side. Meanwhile, his compatriot, Edgar Miguel Oliveira Lopez, is the regen for Ronaldo, and he finds himself still at Barca, 95 rated, taking over as the best players in the world from this man here, Kylian Mbappe, who stayed at Paris Saint-Germain since the start of the save. He is now 92 at 34 years of age. This is Rubio Lestan, and this is De Gea's regen, playing for Queen's Park Rangers in League One, an 89 rated Spanish goalkeeper down in the EFL League One. Maximiliano Ojo is the regen for De Bruyne. He is Belgian, obviously playing for OGC Nice in France. Mathis de Ligt there of Valencia, 91 rated, still at the peak of his powers for an actual real-life player. That's very impressive at this point. Ahmed El Sayed is the regen for Mo Salah, and he's playing for Newcastle, which means the Salah regen is down in the Championship and the De Gea regen is down in League One. Michel David Ferreira Oliveira is the regen of Neymar, 94 rated, and he is playing for Dijon. Maybe one of the reasons why that team did so well in League 1, finishing second in the Champions League. Matic Jovic is the regen for Oblak, 94 rated, playing for Real Madrid. Kevin Kogia is one of the best strikers in the world from the Ivory Coast, 91 rated, but no idea really who he's a regen for. He might just be a randomly generated player. Ugo Royon, I believe, is the regen for Edinson Cavani. He finds himself at Arsenal at this point in life. And then Kevin Horgan is yet another randomly created player, Irish goalkeeper, 91 rated, playing over in Germany for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Carlos Sanchez Ribas is one of the first Barcelona players we'll see in this video, 88 rated central midfielder. And now we move on to his teammate, Ernest Vicente Robles, 92 rated. I believe that is the PK or maybe even Sergio Ramos regen. Quite controversial if it's the Ramos regen playing for Barcelona. Samuel Kari Gudjonsson, I believe, is another randomly generated player. There's no Icelandic strikers that good on the game right now. He is 88 rated and playing for Southampton. Meanwhile, Gianluigi Donnarumma Donnarumma has stayed at the same club for the entirety of the save, much like Mbappe, 93 rated still and playing for Milan. Alexander Zingala is the regen for Manuel Neuer. He came from Augsburg but joined Barcelona earlier on in the save. He's 91 rated. And then you can see the penultimate player, Federico Perini from Fulham, Argentinian, 89 rated. I believe that might be Aguero's regen. He's about to get relegated to the Championship though. And then the final player we'll see in this video is Vinicius Jr., 90 rated, can play on both wings and still playing for Real Madrid. As I mentioned at the start, if there's any players or any teams you want me to look at, drop them down in the comment section below and I'll be sure to check them out for you. Now that we'll take a look, a bit more of an in-depth look even at some of the best teams in the world at this point. You'll have already been seeing Barcelona in the background, the likes of the Neuer regen, Trent Alexander-Arnold, very decent centre-back there. Also Vicente Robles, we saw earlier at 92 rated. Etienne Wagner there as well, a right-back, 84 rated. They've got some very good players there. A couple of Brazilians actually in this side, 184 rated, and you'll see the other one here, 87 rated. Abdoulaye Darbo as well playing here. A lot of very good central midfielders. Barcelona are really spoilt for choice on that one. They've genuinely got about 5 players at 86 or above who are central midfielders. It's quite ridiculous. You can see a couple of wingers there. Carmona Sierra, 84, I think it was. Cruz Torres there. And obviously there, you can see Ronaldo's region as well at 95 rated. Not too bad at all. Moving on now to the UEFA Super Cup winners and Champions League finalists. This is AC Milan. Saw Donnarumma there a moment ago. De Souza Lameiras is a centre-back from Brazil, 86 rated. Lars Lucas Meij starts life at Bayern Munich, but he's found himself at Milan now. He's 84 rated and 33 years of age already. Tom Davies, Jedson Fernandez, and Manuel Locatelli all playing for Milan at this point, as well as Jan Paquies there. Not entirely sure how you pronounce that name, or Paquier, I'm not entirely sure. He's 29, he's a regen from France. I don't know who he's a regen of, but he's a very decent player. And moving on to the attackers, you can see Patson Daka there, Paolo Di Lorenzo, sorry, Kasper Dolberg, Amin Guri is one of their main men, 84 rated, and then a little bit further down, a couple more wingers who don't really matter too much. Not looking that great going forward, actually. That might have been the one thing that maybe lost them the Champions League final. On to Premier League winners Arsenal now, and again, a very decent side for these guys. Marcos Diop and Carlos Estupinian, two of the better regions that we've seen in this team so far. Romana there as well, one of the real-life players. Carlos Schemper, a right-back, or Semper, I don't know how you pronounce that actually. Artur from Barcelona is ending his career at Arsenal seemingly, but he's got competition from Jacopo Capelletti, who's 87 rated. Some of these, honestly, some of these regions have got some very interesting names. Like they are, I don't know what it is, but it seems like as soon as regions come about, every single name becomes infinitely more difficult to pronounce. But Arsenal got a good side. Didier Bupenza there as well. The Gabonese striker is clearly the regen of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 88 rated. Amat Rasoul there as well, and Hugo Royon, so some very good attackers. I believe the Senegalese winger there was the regen of Sadio Mane. Now on to Paris Saint-Germain, the Kings of France. You can see the Buffon region there was 89 rated, and a whole host of goalkeepers as they've had for the entirety really of this save so far and a story so far. Michael Frommen there, a right back, 28 years of age from Germany. Gianluca Itter as well. Diogo Leite as well, 85 rated there from Portugal. Nicolas Sula and Marcelo Saracchi still playing for Paris Saint-Germain along with Bentancur and Dani Ceballos. I'm sure all of those guys though are beyond really the peaks of their powers. A couple of decent regions there, 186 and 183. Alvaro Lopez Gomez as well there, an 86 rated. Renato Sanchez and Sergei Milinkovic-Savic as well playing for Paris Saint-Germain, but again really over the hill I guess in terms of their ratings right now. And Diego Rodriguez and Kylian Mbappe. I believe Rodriguez is the regen for Luis Suarez, and Mbappe is obviously Mbappe. I was genuinely about to say Mbappe was a regen of someone. Real Madrid there, you can see the regen of Oblak at 94 and Andre Lunin at 88, so spoilt for choice as far as goalkeepers are concerned. Nicolas Pizarro there, a 87 rated centre-back from Argentina. Then a couple more regens as we go along. 86 rated right back there in the form of Pedro Antonio Suarez Alves. Deo Upamecano still playing for Real along with Mathieu Varnier. Leandro Aguirre Gabria, I'm not entirely sure I pronounced that right. I mean, it's a very long name. Kai Havertz as well, very decent midfielder still playing. Can't believe Havertz is still going actually at 87 rated. Julian Obama Ondo there, 90 rated attacking mid. That is Isco's regen. Very good Serbian regen there as well at 87 rated. And then Nicolas Bornau, who was the regen for Eden Hazard, who was playing over Nottingham Forest at one point, has now joined Real Madrid along with the likes of Moise Kean and a couple of other very good regens and very good players there at Real Madrid. No surprise surprised they won La Liga despite Barca's team being so damn good. That is the first installment though of career mode at the end. Career mode in 2033 on FIFA 19. Let me know down in the comment section below what players you want to see, what regions you want to see, and what teams you want to see as well. Maybe even the leagues that you want me to show you in the next video. But if you've enjoyed this one, slap a like on it. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video and it massively helps me out. And you can also follow me on social media these days too. My Twitter and Insta are at @theofficialfng. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.